It's necessary to know that everybody won't see it, that everybody won't join you, that everybody won't have the vision. It's necessary to know that a lot of people like to complain, but they don't want to do anything about their situation. That you're an uncommon breed. You know, you have to know within yourself that I can do this. Even if no one else sees it for me, I must see it for myself. If you want to be the best at that, if you want to reach the pinnacle of that, you must be obsessed with obtaining greatness in anything. Greatness. Will tell you obsession is a bad thing. It's possible for you to live your dream. It's necessary that you associate with winners, that you work your system, that you are relentless, that you never give up. It's you. You've got to take personal responsibility to make it happen. Sometimes we can't say, I can do that. But what we can say, that I can have my dream.
We also talk about
somewhere along the line, change. Stop being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame. Like a big shadow. Until you start believing in yourself. That's the life.
In this lifetime, you have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've done, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never.
It's as possible. Meaning that all you gotta do is start. Because it's as possible as soon as you start. You know it's gonna set records. You know it's gonna set you next up. You know it's gonna be what you will never be done for. If you're willing to do a little bit more than this, if you're willing to stay just a little longer, sacrifice just a little bit more. Journey's not easy. Start that journey mentally. Let's put yourself in the right places, the right fuel. Stay encouraged. We all have the ability to do anything. To have it. To drive. To whip it. To fly. To have it. Possible, maybe. Nothing. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in your brain. You gotta believe one day it's gonna be your magic. One day you'll own your mind with it. This is gonna be impossible. This is a big word. Question. Impossible. The greatest achievement of mankind. Question. Impossible. The right brothers. Question. What people call impossible.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. If you can hear me, please type in yes. Good morning. If you can hear me, please let me have your yes, please. Okay. Good morning, all. You're welcome. You're welcome to plan your trade your plan with Great White for the month of April 13th, 2019. So before we start, I will advise you all to go through this disclaimer and get yourself acquainted with what you're about to get into. So as we're about to start, the first things we're going to start with is we're going to move over to our fundamental news release from Forex Factory. As we can see, we have a high. GBP is still in the news for today. Like I told you people yesterday, that GBP, the bullish drive on GBP from Monday will not continue into Wednesday. And today again, the market is still trying to digest what might play out, because what happened yesterday, the vote yesterday was for May's deal. That's Theresa May's deal. Then they'll be having a vote today on no deal Brexit, and there is a possibility it can be rejected or passed. Then on Thursday, they'll be having a vote. That's depending on the outcome of today. Then they'll be having an outcome. If today's vote is passed, then there will be no vote tomorrow. But if they reject today's there is a rejection on the no deal Brexit today, then they will vote tomorrow again to extend Article 50. You can get this from Forex Live. Well, I don't always break my head around it, but I just needed to know why they are having 3 days of vote. Why can't they just vote once and everybody will go and sleep? So now that we know this, let's go into our pairs for today. As always, we start with the dollar index. And starting with the dollar index, we can see the dollar index is slightly bullish. Oh, sorry, I had to go and take care of something. There was a little bit of noise in the background I had to go take care of. So, as we can see, the dollar index, it has dropped. So, it's now above this support area, as you can see. Should this support area hold, then there's a possibility, as you can see, it has tested this resistance yesterday and dropped. There might be a possibility that it may still rally to this place to retest it, but there might be a potential that it might break below here. For now, the dollar still has a bearish bias, but there is a potential that this may happen, because like I always say, I don't have a game plan. I only just respond to what the market is doing. It may rally up from this support to this area. Should this resistance at 97.26 hold, then it may go lower. But should this level here break, the problem is that there are series of support clusters around here. So any of this area might give it support to rally. But should it rally and hold above this resistance, then you may see a possible retest of this high on the dollar index, and that will give the dollar strength. But for now, we still have a little bearish bias on the US dollar, as we can see from the chart. So the next pair we'll be looking at is gold. So we're looking at gold from a daily point of view. price closed bullish yesterday. As you can see, day before yesterday's trade was a retest of this level price broke above. So now price is at this previous structure low. So going into our intraday chart, we drop down to our 4-hour chart. So now this is the game plan. Price is at it has broken this trend line, but slightly above that trend line is a resistance zone. So now this is the game plan. If price goes below 1302.51, it may come down to retest this trend line. As you can see, it has not come down to this area. It has not come down to this area. So there is a potential that you may see this. There's a potential you may see a bit of a drop, then a move above, something like this, then a move into this area on gold. But as long as this support level here holds, there is the potential that gold may still move higher. For now, it is at below this resistance area. A break above will continue the bullish move. As you can see, this falling trend line has been broken, signaling the potential for continuation in the up move to possibly this supply zone here or into this area, as the case may be. The next pair we'll be looking at is the USD Swiss Franc. And as you can see on the USD CHF, there has been a double test of this trend line. And see, if you want to find out where this trend line is, you might need to watch the video of yesterday. There is a double test of this level. As you can see, it has created a double top. So now there exists the potential. If we look at the daily time frame, you can see yesterday's candle closed as what we could call a bearish engulfing. Yes, we could call this a bearish engulfing. So there exists the potential that price may try to rally into the body of yesterday's, into the range of yesterday's candle. And knowing that, we drop down into our intraday chart, go to our 4-hour time frame, then we have two options. Price may either rally up. In order to find out the most plausible place, because I have a resistance here, what you can do is you go to your daily chart. On only your daily candle of yesterday, you apply a fib from the top to the bottom. Only the candle of yesterday, only the candle of yesterday. When you do that, then you drop down to your intraday chart. Then you'll be watching price between 1.082 to 1.093. That's possible areas of correction and downward continuation. Because as you can see, it has made a lower high and a lower low. So there exists a potential it may rally up before dropping down further. So knowing that, we go back to our next pair, which is the Euro USD. Looking at the Euro USD from a daily point of view, you can see this area is holding. It has closed bullish yesterday. Same thing too with the Euro USD. The same system you applied on the USD CHF. You can also apply on the Euro USD. You can also apply on the Euro USD. So same system you can also apply here. So how do you do that? Go down to your intraday chart. As you can see, price is already at our resistance area here. So there is a potential that price may drop a bit down to this level. Or, like I said, like I did on the You pick your fib from the low to the high. You plot it because you're looking for dips. Price is currently in an uptrend. So what are you looking for? You're looking at plausible areas of support to join the move from. So you can either do that on only the candle of yesterday, on only the daily candle, and if you do that on the daily candle, then you can see price is sitting above the 38.2. The 50 comes in at 1.1274. The 618 comes in at 1.1267. So these are plausible areas where you could look for the buyers to come in and move higher on this pair. So you expect price a break above this level and retest to send price to 1.1359. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the Gbpusd. As you can see, the Gbpusd, look at it from a daily point of view, closed pretty hard, almost like an indecision candle. So how do we play this Gbpusd? It's very simple. You go down to your intraday chart. For now, there is nothing except any sudden news. There is nothing bullish about the Gbpusd for now. So any move up might most likely be sold off. You need to be aware of that. So what do? You pick your fib from the high of yesterday to the low, and you watch for price action at any of the levels. Some people will say 38.2, but I prefer to have a zone because you do not control the market. You don't tell the market what to do. The market does what it wants to do, and your job is just to respond. You do not react, you respond to what the market is doing. So now you can see it has rejected twice from the 50% and is still moving back up there. So the zone I'll be waiting for is this 61.8. If it moves above it, then I have my resistance here. So price now is currently moving up, which is as a result of the weak dollar. So we'll be watching to see what happens on this pair. But for now, I'll advise caution trading the Gbpusd. The next pair we'll look at is the Euro GBP. And as you can see, I've already drawn my fib here because on the Euro GBP, see the way the daily candle closed? It closed sort of a quasi-railway track. So there will be a bit of a pullback on this pair. A bit of a pullback, and after the pullback, we'll be looking between the 85-87 area to 85-45 area to open long positions if we find the right kind of bullish evidence. So that is the game plan for this man. You'll be looking for a dip, then it may come down towards this area. And that area lines up with the 50%. It may come into this area before moving higher. But like I said, I will advise caution trading the GBP pairs for throughout this period. As we can see now on the AUD/USD, there seems to be a correction on price. And what might they be playing now? They might be trying to, we had an inverse head and shoulder on this pair. As you can see, what price may be possibly doing is dropping down to retest the neckline, and the neckline comes in at 75.5. As you can see, after price broke, price did not come back to retest it. So now this is the retest. This is the game plan now. Price must stay above this level to continue the bullish bias. A daily close below the 70.5.3 may not be so good for the bulls on the AUD/USD. So for now, price is in a correction to retest this area. If you find the right kind of bullish evidence here, then you may open long positions higher. Next we'll be looking at is USD JPY. USD JPY seems to just be in a chaotic position for now. I can't make head and tail out of it, but what I can say for certain is that we have a range candle, or what you call a master candle developing. As you can see, this candle's entire range for the last 2 days, price has been playing in between it. So there's one thing I can categorically tell from this. This candle has become an anchor candle, and it's a bearish anchor candle, which leads me to say that the place to be watching, to keep an eye on this pair, is the open of this anchor candle. And the open of that anchor candle comes in at 11156. So that would be the most logical place to look for a short position on this pair, because for now it just seems to be running up and down. And there's also this trend line on the 4-hour. A break above this trend line may send price higher. For now, price still seems poised to move higher to either this 11166, which lines up with the 618. And remember, the open price of that bearish anchor candle is also in this area. So you're looking at triple confluence in this area. So this would be an area to take a decision on this pair. But that doesn't mean you can't take a long position. A long position will only be viable with a break above this 4-hour trend line. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro Yen. And looking at the Euro Yen, from a daily point of view, it closed bullish yesterday. As you can see, closed bullish, and my switch shows that there is a potential to still move higher on this pair. So knowing that, we go down to our intraday chart, and if we go down to our intraday chart, there is a bit of dual workout on this pair. If you add your fib, you have a swing high to this swing low. Price is now, this is the 38.2. The 38.2 comes in at 125.50. The 50% comes in at 125.09. A move above this 50% may send price higher here. But you should be well aware that also price has made a low here and a high. So if price should drop, and as you can see, this 4-hour trend line has been broken to the upside. So should price start dropping, you'll be looking for a dip and a continuation to the upside, either here, this trend, this resistance here, that's 126.24, or even higher to somewhere here. Let me mark that level. Even here, or probably higher. So for now, price, you see, this place was previous resistance. Price has broken above it, and a retest of this level, should this level hold upon a retest, you may see price move higher. So I'll change this place now to a support. It's no longer a resistance, it's now a support. As you know, once a resistance is broken, it has the potential to act as a support should price come back down to it. So as we're seeing, there's a potential price may come down to it or any of these fib levels here. But for now, the Euro Yen has a bullish bias for the time being. The next one we'll be looking at is the Pound Yen. And as we look at the Pound Yen seems to be correcting higher. But there's a little caution here. There's a trend line running from this point to this point. Price broke above it, came back below it, tried to hold on retest, but broke below, rallied to it, and got rejected. So how do you play this pair now? Like I said, there is nothing bullish for now on the GBP pair. So, and if you notice, this rally is as a result of this drop on the Euro GBP. So as long as Euro GBP is still dropping, you might have a bit of a gain on the GBP pair, as you can see. So what am I looking for on this pair? I'm looking for price action here. If I get the right kind of bearish evidence here, I may take a short position to the downside. The next pair we'll be looking at is the GBPCHF. The GBPCHF seems to be respecting this trend line it broke. As you can see, dropped to it and moved above it. So how do I play this pair? I go down to my intraday chart. As you can see, I've drawn my flip. So I'll be waiting for it either at this 61.8 or I still have a level here at this 50% here. Then I have another level here. Let me note it out for you guys. I have one here. The first hurdle for him comes in at 1.3267, while the next hurdle for it comes in here. And that brings it close to this my resistance here. So this is basically what I'm looking at on the GBPCHF. For now, I wouldn't advise buying GBPCHF to avoid being. I will avoid buying any GBP pairs to avoid being trapped. As you can see on the Euro AUD, price closed bullish yesterday, as you can see, and it has really run up overnight. Yesterday, price closed as what you call bullish piercing pattern, and for now, price is still moving pretty high up. You can see it's finding support here. These are support areas and this move up, so which means that there exists the potential for price to rally up to this area on this pair. The next pair, for now, he has a bullish bias, so you'll be looking for dips to continue to the long side towards here or this channel high here. The next pair we'll be looking at is the GBPAUD, and same thing too. As you can see, the GBPAUD tested here, went up, came down, found buyers again, and it is moving up to the upside. So knowing that it's currently at its first level of resistance, the next level of resistance comes in at 1.8695 and 1.8785. So this is what you need to be aware of on this pair. The next pair we'll be looking at is the New Zealand USD. New Zealand USD rejected from this resistance here and maybe coming down to test this support that it broke above. Should this level hold as support, then it may move higher. But should this level fail as support, then you may see price come down to this level. But for now, he has a slightly bullish bias. This may just be a correction to retest this area. The next pair we'll be looking at is the USD card. Looking at the USD card, yesterday closed as a bearish candle, and we still have this high here that price broke above and has not tested. So how do we play this out? I've applied the P, although I have a long-term peak here. I'm watching to see there's a level of resistance here. As you can see, this place acted as support. Let me zoom in. This place acted as support. Price bounced from it and broke below. So price may come back to retest it. For now, the U card is in a bearish tilt. Should price rally up to this point and get rejected, then we may see price come down to either this level or this level as the case may be. But for now, Euro card is bearish. You'll be looking for short opportunities on rally to still sell lower. So looking at this, I think that's about, I'm looking at the U card. The U card is still respecting this trend line, as you can see. So he has this resistance coming in at 1.7593. Its next level of resistance is coming in at 1.7728. So for now, we can say he has a bullish bias to a range kind of scenario. That's what we can say. Let me get rid of this level here. So this is what we can say on this spec. So that's all for now. If you have any questions, this is my Telegram handle. You can reach out to me with your questions and I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you all for coming today and wish you all a beautiful trading day in advance. Thank you.
Thank you.